So the first market structure is your perfect competition. So now you need to know three things in any market structure. First thing is the characteristics of market structure. Then is the how does any market structure behaves in the short run and the long run with properly labeled diagrams. That's the second most important thing. Third is the efficiency part, allocative and productive efficiency. Whether it happens in the short run or long run, you have to talk about that. Okay, so we'll just start it now. So the first one, perfect competition. Now, in case of perfect competition, there are large number of buyers and sellers in the market. Before I say, can anyone tell me two features of a perfect competitive market? Yeah, tell me. Anyone who remembers, tell me two characteristics of perfect competition.
Products are homogeneous and there are a large number of buyers and sellers.
Correct. Shiv, what does it mean products are homogeneous?
Like the type of products are same, they're not that different from each other.
Okay, they are absolutely similar products, right?
Yeah.
Viren, in a perfectly competitive market, how are the barriers to entry?
The barriers to entry, there are high exit and entry barriers.
What does it mean, barriers to entry?
It's not easy for firms to enter into a perfect competition.
Correct. And Shiv just said there are large number of buyers and sellers. That means it is easy.
Miss, high entry and exit is in monopoly, right?
Yeah, that's in monopoly. So we are on perfect competition. We will only talk about that. Yeah, Viren. So it's no barriers to entry and exit or very low barriers. Either no you can write or very low. Okay, so that's another characteristic. Mahi, any characteristics you remember?
There's perfect information or perfect knowledge.
Okay, great. Perfect information of the product. So everyone knows what is available at what price where. Okay, complete information is there. Pratna, anything?
No, nothing else. No.
Have we covered all the points?
They are the price takers.
Very, very important. Yes, you cannot not write this feature. Okay, so they are the price takers. And now, Varun, when you spoke about monopoly and in your question, when they are asking you about perfectly competitive firm and monopoly ka comparison in certain form, you have to talk about the price making ability, that monopoly is a price maker and a perfectly competitive firm is the price taker. Okay, that's a very important point. Now, what does that mean? Gaurav, can you explain?
Price taker.
Yeah.
Because the price is set by the forces of demand and supply, and like the price is. I mean, I don't know how to explain, but I cannot explain it, but I understand what it is.
You have to explain. No, if you can't explain now, how will you explain in your paper? To your examiner, you have to.
Miss, could you repeat the question? You were lagging.
Okay, so my question is, in a perfectly competitive firm is a price taker. Yeah, Mahi said that characteristic.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Price taker. Again, miss, the prices are like in monopoly. The one firm decides the price. They're the price makers. And in price takers, it's like, they go by the demand and supply. Again, what Gaurav said was, I guess, it did make sense, right? The demand and supply of the product decides the price, I guess. Or do we use the term market mechanism, price mechanism?
How many agree to that? What he said is correct?
How
many agree to what he said is correct?
What did he say?
He's saying price mechanism. The price is set by demand and supply in case of perfect competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaurav, you have a point? No?
Agree with what he's saying.
Agree to that. Tanisha, Mahi, Pratna, any viewpoint?
That's what I thought it was.
Where is Tanisha?
Yeah, Miss Amir, even I thought that was what it means.
Switch on your video.
Yeah. That is what it means, right?
Okay, so let me explain. See, every industry, there is something called an industry and there is something called a firm. Yeah, what is the difference in an industry and a firm?
One business, an industry is like
combination of all the businesses in that particular field, right? Yeah, correct. So industry is a bigger term, broader term, like we say car industry, and then firms will be different companies within that, right? So in case of perfect competition or a perfectly competitive market, the price of the product is set by the forces of demand and supply. That is correct. But that is in the industry. But when we say the firm is a price taker, that basically means every firm in that market is not able to set its own price. It's only taking the price of the industry, what is being set. Any example of perfectly competitive market? Can you think of any example?
Salt.
Vegetables.
Okay, okay. So perfectly competitive market is basically a theoretical case. It does not exist. The closest example, yes, what Gaurav said is the vegetable. Like, you know, when you go to a market, you see all the tomatoes. कोई branded तो होते नहीं है. You go to 4 bungalows and there are 4 people selling tomatoes or potatoes or onions. It's going to be the same, right? So you will find that the price is almost the same. That's why we say homogeneous products, because all products are similar in nature. So it is a price taker. So if in the industry of say tomato or potato market, if it is 20 rupees kg, then everyone will be taking that price and selling it. Okay, so industry is made up of a very large number of firms. Each firm is so small relative to the size of the industry that it cannot noticeably affect the output of the industry as a whole, and neither the price, because every industry in that every firm in that entire industry will have such a small part, you know, that they don't have the power to change the price or the output. They will continue as a price taker. Third point there, the firms all produce identical goods with no brand names and no marketing being done. As what Amit said, they are homogeneous in nature. So they are identical goods. Firms are completely free to enter and exit the industry. That means no barriers to entry and exit. All consumers and producers have perfect knowledge of the market, what Mahi said. No, there's perfect information out there. Are these points clear to all? Yep. Let's go through the diagrams. Now, in the short run, a perfectly competitive firm has abnormal profit and it has abnormal losses. In certain books, you will find supernormal profit or supernormal losses. Okay. Now, okay, this is a normal demand supply curve. So this is as it's written here. This is the industry. Okay. So this is the demand and supply, and you see on the top industry is written. Now you take this price and the quantity, and if you take this price over here, this is the firm. Second diagram. Okay, whatever. So this second diagram is the firm. So if you see here, this price is written P here. So this is the price being taken from the industry, and this is the demand curve, average revenue and marginal revenue. That means in a perfectly competitive market, your price, your demand, your average revenue, your marginal revenue is all the same. So it's a horizontal demand, perfectly elastic demand. Why perfectly elastic? Because there are so many players in the market that there is never a shortage. So it's a huge market where there are large number of sellers. So that's why it's a perfectly elastic demand curve. Okay. Now, as you must have learned already in previous classes, that your average cost, shape of the average cost is always U. It's a U curve. Okay. You can see it's a U curve, average cost. And all of you must remember making your diagrams that your marginal cost curve will always cut the average cost at the lowest point. Can you see this lowest point here of AC curve? So you have to identify that point, mark it, and then cut a Nike ka jo hota hai, just do it. So just cut that at this lowest point of AC curve. Now, next step, what you have to see here is, where is your MC cutting MR? So your MC and MR are cutting at this point. Can you see this point? Red spot here. This is the MC cutting MR. So you will take this quantity on the x-axis. So this is the profit maximizing level of output. So all of you write down in your notebook, profit maximizing level of output is equal to where MC cuts MR. Make a note of that. Okay. And another point to be noted is, MC will always cut AC at its lowest point. MC cuts AC at its lowest point. So these two conditions you have to keep it in mind. If you look at both the diagrams, abnormal profit and abnormal loss, the basic two conditions remain the same. What are the basic two conditions? One, that MC cuts AC at its lowest point, which we saw here, which we are seeing here as well as here. Second, MC and MR, where they meet is the profit maximizing output, which is this. And in this case, here again, MC and MR meet here. So this is the output Q. And when you take this output ahead till the cost, that what is the cost, average cost at this output, this is the point. Then you take this point to the y-axis. So this is your cost. So since your cost is higher than the price, this is loss. Here, Since the price is higher than the cost, this is profit. So if you see both the diagram, AC curve is below the AR curve here, AR line here, or the demand. In this case, your AC curve you have to draw is above this horizontal line. Here you have to draw AC below the horizontal line. This was the short run phenomena. Just go through what is written here. What happens actually in the short run, just understand that. In the short run, since the firm is here making abnormal profits, many more firms enter the industry. They start coming and joining because of the abnormal profit. So what happens is basically supply will become high in that. And just look at here, if I draw, okay, can you all see the screen? Yeah, okay, so see what is happening here. You'll be lost in the book if you read it. Just listen to me and understand here. So what happens in the short run, since it's abnormal profit, so many more firms will start entering the industry, and when they enter means more suppliers, right? More producers are there. So this supply curve will shift to the right. Yeah. So there is a new equilibrium here at the red point where the spotlight is there. Can you see the new equilibrium? Now, since this is a new equilibrium, so there will be a new price set, correct? So let's set that price. So this will be the new P1. Now, when this price is set, that means now in the market with the new suppliers, the firm will take this price. So where this C is written, this will become the new price for the firm. Yeah. And if this is a new price, that means this whole line will be your new demand and new AR and new MR. Do you all agree? I'll repeat quickly. See, since this is abnormal profit, new suppliers enter the market. So supply curve increases from S to S1 here. So as a normal demand supply curve, this is the new equilibrium. So new price is set. And since a perfectly competitive market is a price taker, they will take this price in this firm. So where the C is there, this becomes the new price which goes here. Now when this becomes a new price, what will happen? Your price and your cost becomes the same. Okay. So here in the long run, the firm come to a position where there is normal profit. If you look at this normal profit, you can see that the AC and AR are touching at the same point. And why this is happening? Because when they were in short run, this new price was taken by the firm. So from here to here, this becomes the new demand curve. And you can see on this graph, now this point becomes your, you can see the star here. This point becomes your no profit, no loss situation for the firm in the long run. So this is the normal profit now, the entire curve. So this above one does not exist now, as you can see in the diagram below. So in the normal profit, this is how it will look like, where AC and AR meets at the same point. There is no profit, no loss. Did you all get it? Same thing will happen in the losses as well. Now let's see how loss will behave. In case of loss, as we can see again, when abnormal losses occur, there will be certain firms which will leave the industry. When they leave, there will be again a shift in the supply curve, which will be upward. And when it goes upward, now, for example, this will be the new supply. So when this new supply comes, then this is the new point. This becomes the equilibrium price. So that basically means now, from here to here, this becomes your new demand curve for the firm. Yeah, because firm is a price taker. So the firm will take the price from the industry and it will move here. Okay. So again, we have reached the point here where your AC and AR is same. No profit, no loss. That's why it is said that in a perfectly competitive firm, in the long run, they will have normal profits. Because when they have abnormal profit, some new firms will enter and they will reach the normal profit. And if they are into losses, some firms will leave. So the supply curve shifts upward, price increases, and then they will come back to normal profit position. Okay. So now you can just read what is written below abnormal profit and loss and make the diagram of normal profit. You have to draw it, the normal profit diagram, only the firm part, and rest of the things just have a reading. So productive efficiency is where marginal cost and average cost are equal. So production is happening at that point. And allocative efficiencies where MC is equal to AR. So in the short run, if you check, the firms are not efficient, but in the long run, see this point, in the long run, this part. So we can say that the firm is producing, this is the production. So this production is happening where MC is equal to AC, it's cutting, and where MC equal to AR as well. So the long run perfectly competitive firm is allocatively and productively efficient. Chalo, all are done. If you found this video helpful, do drop a like and share it with your friends. If you want to see more such videos, subscribe to this channel and let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. Hope to see you in the next episode of Dimplenomics. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. All the best. God bless.